A very warm Tashidali to all the viewers of Tibet TV. I am Tile Chuki and you are watching Tibet This Week, a weekly feature in English about this week's news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan Administration. Let's start with the news headlines first. May the Dalai Lama live long. May we soon behold his golden countenance. Tibetan self-emulator Thopo. Keep hope alive. Main theme of Geneva Conference on Human Rights ahead of China's UPR. Need to end China's long game on human rights, concludes Geneva Human Rights Forum. The silence on Tibet and East Turkestan needs to be broken. Expert panel at a side event at UN Human Rights Council. At China's Universal Periodic Review, UN member states call for unfettered access to Tibet. In a sad news emanating from inside Tibet, Thopo, a Tibetan man barely of 23 years old, set himself on fire last Sunday. That's 4th of November in Ngaba County of Tibet's Amdo region. According to confirmed sources, Thopo is reported to have succumbed to his injuries post the act of protesting against the repressive policies of the Chinese government. He is reported to have set himself on fire, calling for the long life and return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. No details of his body or the condition of his relatives are available. Going by the previous protests, it is very likely that the Chinese authorities may have confiscated the body, depriving the family members and the self-immolator the last rites and rituals. In light of the Chinese authorities' policy of criminalization of self-immolators and their families, Thopo's family members and relatives are most likely to be subjected to restrictions and deprivation of welfare benefits. This is the 41st self-immolation from Ngaba County, raising the total number of self-immolations in Tibet to 153 since 2009. The most recent self-immolation was by Tseko in March this year, who was also from Ngaba County. 4 days ahead of China's third Universal Periodic Review, various experts, advocates, activists and civil society groups gathered at the Forum on Human Rights Situation in Regions under the People's Republic of China, jointly organized by Central Tibetan Administration's Department of Information and International Relations and Geneva Office of Tibet on 2nd November 2018 at Centre International des Conférences, Genève. The speakers and participants encouraged each other to keep hope alive and be hopeful that China will be held accountable under the UN system for its gross human rights violations. The chief guest of the forum, Honorable Lisa Mezzoni, member of National Parliament Switzerland, expressed concerns about the deepening ties of Switzerland with China and assured her full support for the Tibetan people and restoring human rights in Tibet and China. Highlighting China's invasive strategies, CTA President Dr. Lobsang Singye warned the Chinese Communist Party is already here at the UN, in Europe, and in fact all around the world. Either we change them or they will change us.
Now we are talking about academic freedom.
Speaking at the forum, activist and former political prisoner and a documentary filmmaker, Venerable Golok Jigme shared his witness account of the torture endured by him in the Chinese prison in Tibet. In his heart-wrenching narration, he relived those traumatic moments of multiple arrests and prolonged detention under torture. Calling upon the UN member states at the UPR, he said, "Please review the human rights situation in China carefully and critically. If the UN fails to make China accountable this time, then it has failed all humanity." The forum brought together a select group of human rights experts, academicians, diplomats, practitioners, advocates and activists, all of whom unequivocally called for an imperative need to end China's long game on human rights. The forum convened in 3 sessions, with the first session on human rights situation within the PRC under the Chinese Communist Party rule, followed by session on situation of Tibetans, Mongols, Uyghurs and the case of Hong Kong, and the final session on challenges to UN human rights institutions in engaging with China. With substantive presentations and discussions, the forum hoped to be a rallying point not only for the upcoming UPR but also for stronger advocacy at the UN and at international forums. On the eve of China's UPR, the Society for Threatened Peoples organized a side event at the United Nations Council titled Promises Unfulfilled: Human Rights in China, the Case of Tibet and Xinjiang at Palais des Nations, Geneva. Experts representing the issues of Tibetans, Uyghurs, civil society organizations and UN organizations highlighted the rights abuses under the Chinese regime and suggested best practices forward to ensure China's accountability at the UN and at the international forums. Speaking at the event, Mr. Sonam Norbu Thakpo, Secretary of Department of Information and International Relations, highlighted that for Tibetans in Tibet, there is no grievance that can be expressed, no idea, request or thought that can be revealed without being punished if it is not to the liking of the Chinese government. The speakers at the event lamented that international community has failed in checking China and invoked the world to break silence for Tibetans and Uyghurs and to continue with the fight for truth. China was reviewed at the 31st session of UN Human Rights Council's Universal Periodic Review for its human rights record last Tuesday, that's 6th November. The President of UNHRC, His Excellency Mr. Vojislav Šolc, chaired the session that lasted for 3.5 hours. The Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs of China, Mr. Li Yuantong, delivered the opening address. A total of 12 member states, Australia, Austria, Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, Sweden, Switzerland, United Kingdom and the United States raised concern over human rights violations in Tibet, in particular the freedom of religion and belief, freedom of expression and assembly, crackdown on Tibetan Buddhist lamas, and called for unhindered access to diplomats and UN representatives to Tibet. On these concerns, 9 member states made a total of 12 recommendations on Tibet. In particular, New Zealand called for the resumption of two-way dialogue on Tibet, and the US called for the release of Tashi Wangchuk, a language rights advocate in Tibet, and strongly recommended China to stop interference in the selection and education of religious leaders, including the reincarnation of Tibetan Buddhist lamas. Speaking on the review, DIR Secretary Dadun Sharling said, "Post the UPR review, we will continue to step up our advocacy efforts and keep pushing for China to accept the recommendations and allow a fact-finding and investigative visits by UN experts, while strengthening deliberations on China in the Human Rights Council and ensure China's compliance with the human rights treaties." That's all for this week. Have a great weekend.